We are back. It's your boy Trebor Reklaw, man. I'm in this solo at the moment. Shepard's not here. We finally got the audio calibrations complete. Unfortunately, there's no video. I still got the webcam on and up. So if I can get the bug fixed and get everything set on the proper tracks beforehand, we will be able to get this thing popping a lot quicker. Right now, that's really a no-go. So we're gonna do some quick informationals for you here. Now, excuse me. I'm actually about to do a quick tutorial on some resourcing. Food, I don't really want to tamper with that right now because it takes a little bit longer. We're just gonna go straight into it. Now, I'm gonna use a longbow. I'm actually taking a recurve bow, my bad. I'm taking a recurve because this is not about like killing stuff. This is more or less about just getting your basic resources. For that, we're going to actually take our axe and our sledge. And I'm going to take a baseball bat just in case we have to do some extra melee. You always want to have at least 150 arrows. I only have 129. So we're going to have to work with what we got. Now, you're in the beginning, you're not going to have DARPA. That's what I call my dog. You can call yours what you want. You're not going to have him in the beginning, so I'm not going to take him with me. You're also not going to be this far out, so I'm not going to start here. I'm actually going to start in the original spot where most people will start, because you're just leaving the school. So we're actually going to start at my shelter right near the beginning of the map. Just because I kind of want to give you a brief rundown of the how-tos, and like I said, mine is uncut, so I don't just start here and go. I literally just turned it on and I started recording. So let's get this thing popping. We almost at nighttime, so we're gonna do some quick stuff. We already have a fire going here from earlier, if you remember. Oops, let me do that. So we got enough wood to last. We already got food made, so we're not worried about that. We're just gonna put the extra wood in here so we don't have to carry it, because your resourcing will take longer than mine at this point, only because I have better items, because obviously we've been doing this a little longer. Now, you always want to start with this. I'm going to show you the reason why I do it. Because in the beginning, you won't have a bow, you won't have a axe and all that. What you want to do is you want to grab the hemp, what I call the lifesavers. And they're right behind this house. This is like the first house across the bridge when you first start, if you can see. You'll come past the drop point, leave the school, you'll come here. And then people will say, oh, if you're playing solo, you can just grab this first log cabin. You get any one of the little ones farther down. They don't have as much space. If they're not a log cabin, they won't have much space. And then the houses have more than log cabins. We'll get into that later. So here's what you do. You pretty much just collect as much of this as you can. You want the lifesavers, and because like I said in the beginning, you see how it looks where there's really no zombies. That's how it's going to look for you. There won't be too many zombies. I'm trying to talk as clear as I possibly can. My silences are jacked up, and plus normally, you know, I'm not this proper. But I want to make sure it's clear. So we're going to get the lifesavers, we're going to get our hemp, and we're going to keep racking up. If you pick up some stone, that's cool. You want to, but not early. Early, you want to gather as much of these two as possible, and I'm going to show you why. Because it's good to know that you're going to have an axe, because you're not going, when you first get here, you'll get here when it's daytime. I'm pretty sure you'll time it out, because, you know, if you want to run out in the nighttime and get murdered, you'll learn like I did. But I didn't do it early. I learned later on in the game. So I have about 10 minutes worth of this. That's why I said this will be a 15-minute video. The first 5 minutes was me giving you a brief understanding and starting, and then the last 10 minutes is literally just me running around picking up as much stuff as I can. Now that we have a good amount of lifesavers, we don't have to pick up any more of those. Normally about 25 to 35 is a good start. Now you want to pick up your stone. You're only going to get one stone. Normally on your lifesavers you get like 3. So what you're going to do is you're just going to pick up as much stone and as much branches of wood as you can possibly find. Normally you want to get the wood. Sometimes, like you just saw, gives you 2 or even 3, but most time I expect to just count 1 for 1 with these. In the beginning, by the time you get here, you'll probably have a club, a wooden club, and you'll just club the zombies. They'll be weak. They'll be like level 1 zombies. So you'll knock them out with like 3 hits or something like that. No biggie. After you kill about 4 or 5, you'll level up quick. It ain't no big deal. Just don't go inside the houses and try to stay away from the corners, unless you're paying close attention to your mini map, because you'll learn that the zombies are not only color based on your mini map, but also they don't show you the actual distance they are from you. So you kind of have to learn to judge that based off of not only sounds, but the way the mini-map looks, which will be explained later in another tutorial about like the mini-map and, you know, what's the best way to go about viewing your mini-map, and don't live on the mini-map, just utilize it, all that fun stuff. So right now we're just grabbing the stones and the rocks. We're skipping over everything else because we've already grabbed enough of that to feel safe with what I'm going to show you later. So again, we're going to grab the stones, we're going to grab the wood. And you don't want to stop to look at how much you grab unless it shows that you're yellow. And another thing, when you start leveling up from all the resource grabs in the building, make sure you put it on weight. And weight and ranged should be your first 2. Other people will say other stuff. The reason I say weight and ranged is because in the beginning you're going to want a bow and arrow as your best friend. That's number 1. That way you ain't got to be up on zombies when they're 2, 3, 4, 5 deep and you're trying to occupy a place by yourself. You ain't got to sit there and say, man, my melee will knock them out with 1 hit. That's fine. But you still got to stand next to them while they swing at you. When I can stand back about 100 yards and just start releasing arrows and just start knocking off zombies and never be even close to getting touched. So when I start lagging crazy, I ain't got to worry about getting mauled. I'm still a good, 75 feet from a zombie and not have to worry about shit. I can just, take off running, hope for the best. Like you see the lag happening here. It happens all the time. But that's because I'm on a really old PC and I'm making things work because I enjoy putting out content ever since I got the software, like pretty much, a computer and the ability to do so. Now, it's not my fault this happens. It's a comm surrogate. It's one of the Windows issues that doesn't allow you instant permissions, and I'm still trying to get around that. Cause I can, God bless America. Come on, you ain't gotta stop the whole fucking thing. Comm surrogate. And I delete the comm surrogate. I keep hitting delete enough for it to remove all the thumbnail files and all that. Now it finally deletes. Now my CPU is at 90, but it's okay. We'll knock it back down. And now we're balanced at about 70 each, which is not good, but it gets me moving. Again, I'm just doing this for the content. I apologize for the inconveniences. This is raw and uncut, so this will be uploaded. You won't have a house, so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to, this damn comm surrogate, you're going to have to go into here. You can craft this by the time you get to this house, and you want to craft yourself a needy campfire. That's one of the first things you want to do. You're going to have hemp, stone, and wood. You want to make a campfire. That's always going to be your number 1. Boom. And you'll have so much extra wood that you can just throw a little bit of extra wood in there. That way when you get water, because you will have a bottle by the time you get here, you can just go to the water thing and refill your water, and you can put it in there and make it pure, so therefore you're not killing yourself just by trying to stay alive. That's the first 2 little tips that you're going to need on the scavenging. And the last one is, like I said before, you're going to need hemp for one thing mainly, which is cloth. Those make bandages to keep you from dying once you get your ass beat by zombies. But see, now we have enough stone and wood from just picking up stuff to be able to actually make both of these. So you want to go ahead and make both of these, then make you some bandages. You should already have a campfire. Then you should possibly have enough to even make you another wood club. If not, it's only hemp and wood. So you want to make you a secondary club, and if you can, even a torch. Now those are just, they're all basics. You can pick those up before nighttime. You see, I still got all the time in the world, and I can actually make a axe and a hammer. Now, the reason I say make both, now that we've got those out the way, I can show you the generalized purpose. Here is my axe, and here is my hammer. Now, remember we pick up 1, you may get 2, right? Now, the better the weapon, the more resources, right? Yes. I'm not going to make a stone axe just to show you. Actually, I will. I'll be that generous. I'll even show you. Because you know what? I don't want to do the god weapon because I'm not actually I'm finna resource here in a second, but I'm going to do that on the next recording. So we're going to craft 1 axe. Just as an example. I'm not going to craft the other one. I'm just going to craft the first one. It only takes about 4 seconds, something like that, because it's a simple item. When you get to the bigger items, they take longer. So we're gonna just go ahead and break out the stone, this little axe here. We're gonna go to a little, oh fuck. Let's knock him off first, then we'll go to the little tree. That was an ugly shot, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna go to this little tree here, and you're just gonna hack away. Now, it takes about 5 attempts. See, 3 and 4, and boom. And then you get 4 wood and 3 hemp. That's better than picking up 1 to 3 hemp per little bush and 1 to 3 wood per little stick. It's guaranteed. Now see, look, now I got 8 wood and 1 hemp. It varies, but with consistency, you will always get a gradual increase in one or both. See, now I got 5 wood, 12 wood, 3 hemp. See, now look, we just loaded up. Now from just doing that one thing, I'm already at, you see what we did? We built an axe, and we still already got 28 and 20. That's just from one tree and a couple of these, and some wood pickups. So when you get the stone hammer, like I said, I'm not gonna build it because, as you see, I'm kind of gonna hurry this up. So let's just say we already built the hammer. Mine's bigger than yours, but yeah, whatever. And you would come to something like this, these rock formations, and you would hit it, and it would be the same constant repetition. It would be 5, get something, 5, get something, 5, get something, then possibly 3 to 5, and then it's over. And you see, but as it gets, and you get your resources, but with the stones, you get stone and sand. Hence why you need the tools. You use the tools, you get wood and hemp from trees, and you get stone and sand from rock. With that, you're able to make an abundance of items. We just made a an axe. We got the hammer. We got the campfire going for our water and our food. And then after that, you can also, with the cloth, remember you use the hemp. You use hemp, you make the cloth. Once you make that, use the hemp to make the cloth, you come right here, and this is where it gets fun. 3 cloth, 20 and 15. You see what you get with that? 3, 20, 15, and you get your bow. Then you come down here with some hemp, stone, and wood, and you use 3, 6, 6, and you get your arrows. Now, for every one quote-unquote created arrow is actually a bundle of 10. So therefore, if you think about it, you can get started with about 50 arrows and a bow with just an axe and a hammer, a stone hammer, and still have all the other things to be able to keep moving forward. Once you feel like you want to save, you can just create yourself a tent with the same stuff you got. And now you have melee, you have ranged, you have additional melee if required, which don't do much damage, but they can be used. You got your resource items, you got your melee item, you have your ranged items with your ammo, you have your cloth, which makes everything you need to survive. And then you can start on these. Easy money. You can also make a handy box, which you can drop pretty much anywhere, and be able to put items in next to your tent that you use to save your progress until you can get the information and the items required to occupy shelter. We'll be back. This was pretty much how to get your wood, hemp, sand, stone, and your cloth, bandages, all the basic necessities to keep you alive, including your campfire. Next up is your actual food. So I'll be back on the next one to drop off the food and beverage situation, and to kind of give you a more in-depth understanding into how the food and beverage is done to keep you from consuming too much infection. We'll be back. Thank you for joining your boy Trebor Reklaw. We're doing this resources how-to guide solo, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and if you got anything you'd like to see, any changes you'd like to be made, leave them in the comments below. Stream still coming soon. One love.